read some wise words from a special family friend and singer-songwriter, Steve Blackwell. A word about appreciation. It's one of the most powerful gifts that God bestows. When we appreciate, God ups the intensity, pours on the juice, and our experience is deepened and enriched in the present. Our memories are more intense because when we pay attention or appreciate, we are more aware. We are our bodies, our best selves when we are appreciating what God is offering us. So I want to thank everybody and appreciate that everybody is taking their time today to be here and to support what we do here at Kapok, Pilates and Wellness. And the mission statement is to expose people to a variety of ways of living well. And some things may resonate with people at different times of their lives or be called to explore new options of what is right for your body and mind at a certain time of your life. In 2004, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, and I had certain doctors tell me I needed to take part of my colon out to fix the issue. And it was at that time that I was led to my awakening. So I learned so many different ways to empower myself and learn a variety of ways of living well, strengthening from the inside out. And it was my passion to share with other people how impactful it was on my life. So in January, we're launching a lifestyle and yoga teacher training program. The reason why we've coupled it with the yoga, maybe that too, yoga teacher training program, because as I've been learning over the years, there's 8 limbs of yoga. So many of the limbs of yoga contain these lifestyle aspects. One of the limbs is the asanas and the poses, which many of you know and hear about. So if you think about it, wherever you're standing or seated now, maybe just stand up a little bit taller and roll the shoulder blades back and open up the heart. And how does that make you feel? It might make you feel a little vulnerable. It might not feel very comfortable, or it might make you feel like you're receiving a lot more love right now. So the asanas or the poses themselves can be very powerful. But also the lifestyle aspect is something I'm really passionate about. So this program became years ago. However, it's becoming more and more over time, and it's evolving and will continue to evolve organically here, together. We're combining many of our current workshops that we've done over the years, but we're putting it together in more of a program that I'll talk about in a moment. So you can pick or choose what resonates with you, or you could do the full journey with us it's a 6-month commitment. We, each of the months or the modules, there'll be a focus on it, and I'll tell you about each of those. But there'll be a lot of consistency in each of the modules, talking about preparation and using certain herbs for different times of year. Certain colors that might resonate with that time of year, certain smells in aromatherapy, like right now you might think peppermint and cinnamon. So over the summer you might think more lemon and spearmint. Crystals, breath work, the yoga asanas and philosophies, and a lot more. I'm gonna condense it. So there'll be a lot of crossover, different types of meditation throughout each of the months. But we want to give you the tools to feel your self-love and self-confidence and continue to be very aware of your body and mind and live mindfully and appreciate and with joy. So the program begins with the root chakra. The root chakra, we would, and Esme and Violet chime in, but I also will give you a few minutes to say also, when I'm finished. But the root poses that will break down, but also rooting down into the soil, so gardening and the importance of the water and the soil that you prepare and create. Kundalini yoga is something that we'll also begin with as well. The second module is the sacral, and if you see these flyers, this is what this relates to. We'll get into the sacral chakra poses and the reproductive system that relates, that correlates, and also exercises that might even include things like hula hooping. The elements, the foundation of Chinese medicine and Qigong, and how sounds, certain sounds, direction, elements, colors, food, emotions, they all relate. And Ayurveda, which is an ancient Indian medicine, and Yoga Nidra is something else that we'll go over in that module weekend and also throughout that month. The solar plexus is your strength and your willpower, and we'll also get into more anatomy, functional anatomy, including scoliosis. Iyengar yoga is something that we'll get into, Pilates, and using props to help you with your body alignment and awareness. The heart chakra, the healing arts, and also trusting your intuition that you know. So again, if you're hanging heavy in your heart, you might round the shoulders and feel a little bit guarded here. Or if you open up the heart, you might feel a little different, as we all just did. Healing arts might include classes like Nia or spirit dance, free dance. Various styles of massages. There's so many different styles of massages and how they might work best for you at different times of your life. Even physical therapists, there's so many different types of therapists out there, acupuncture, aromatherapy, music, sound therapy also. Throat chakra would be another month or module also. So we'll do some fun, playful exercises to learn how to speak your true voice, but that also includes kind of tuning up and vibrations, so another crossover with some more healing arts. And the third eye and mindfulness, so trusting your intuition, learning about other energy type practices, the Akashic records, Reiki, cleansing rituals. You might need to cleanse your body or cleanse the space. And again, pose breakdowns of all the different poses that correlate and align with these chakras or your energy vortexes. And then the crown chakra, pranayama, which is breath work and meditation, and there's so many different styles and ways for you to meditate. So, fast forward to 2014. And my mom was diagnosed with a disease that has no known cure, ALS. However, as a family, and there's a lot of us here, we chose to disassociate her condition with a diagnosis and letters, and just did the best we could to move forward with every day and bring joy and appreciate the best that we could. Some days were easier than others, but we brought a lot of joy, and we asked that anybody that circulated around us brought that in as well. We're also learning a lot, still learning a lot, but we brought so much to the table. We brought energy medicine, and we brought new ways of wellness, and we were exposed to new ways of living well, or some of the ways that we learned before, and now we incorporated it in different ways. We brought crystals, and we brought aromatherapy, and we brought food and nutrition, a very serious protocol of healthy nutrition, and we brought that joy, and we brought laughter, and we brought movement, even if movement towards the end was harder, so movement was more touch and us assisting to move. And we helped her find her true voice. Even when she couldn't speak with her own true voice, she could still speak true words to her, to us, from her divine self. I had the honor, along with my family here today, to walk with my mom to the light so she could walk with grace and ease. And we brought so many of these elements that we're talking about with this lifestyle program, and it gave her peace and clarity and knowing as she blossomed into her true divine self. So in this program, it's our intention to walk with you also to be the best that you can be, and to vibrate high and to tap into your divine authentic self and to share with your friends and beyond. So I'm also going to turn it over to SP and Violet because they're a big part of the, some aspects that I'm going to be learning from them as well. And then we'll open it up also for you to meet some other special people that are going to be making contributions here.
Yeah, so the program also correlates with Yoga Alliance YTT, Yoga Teacher Training, 200 hours. So if you join the program and go through the full 6-month program, at the end, you'll be a certified yoga teacher. Ready to work here even as a yoga teacher, if that's something that you're looking to aspire to, if it's something that's in your cards and you'd like to pursue. Otherwise, just the experience alone, I'm a yoga teacher, so my personal experience is, I teach, and that was my intent when I finally dove in and did my teacher training. But I will say that I've met so many people and so many friends who have gone through the teacher training that their intent wasn't to teach. It was just to compile and take in all this wonderful information, and it's a game changer. It'll change your life for the better, for sure. And it will show you just a different path. And whether you go down that path, it's up to you. But that's my 2 cents as far as Yoga Alliance. So myself and SB are both Yoga Alliance teachers. So we'll be in almost all of the classes. One of us will be in there. And that's it. What do I have to say? Does anyone have any questions about it? Is everyone going to sign up right now? All right.
I was just going to say, since I've kind of been in, I guess, the industry for many years, I won't tell you how many, but this is a very different program in a sense. I've been through quite a few certifications or programs like this, and a lot of times it's more just going to be straightforward, learning the poses, learning how to teach, and you are going to experience that. That is an important aspect. But what is different about us is this is encompassing the whole body, the whole mind, the whole spirit, literally, from the ground up. And like Emily said, all the different modules. Those were things that I didn't experience in my original teachings. Mine was a lot more to the book, learning things. This is going to be not just that. You're going to get all of that information that's important, but it's about the experiences within the community, with yourself, and as Violet said, it will be very life-changing, but it's also very different. So sometimes people wonder, well, why is this any, as important or any different than what maybe I've done someplace else? It just is. I can't quite explain it, but as you go through all of it, there's so many different modalities, so many different things that we're going to be touching on that you don't get a lot of times, and a lot of the, what I might say, cookie cutter teacher trainings. So this is gonna give you the whole package.
Yeah, this will blow your mind.
She's worked here for 5 years.
Awesome. Well, I'd love to introduce a few other instructors that are here, and at least so they can share a little bit of what they do, and a couple of people about 2 or 3 minutes, and then we have our grand finale with the aerial swing, so we'll make sure that everybody's very timely. Okay. Jody, do you want?
Hi, I'm Jody, and I'm a breath facilitator. So I help you re-educate your body and your breath. Oftentimes what happens is we hold emotional trauma or physical trauma in the tissue, and we no longer breathe in these areas, and we create a dis-ease or eventually a disease. And there's patternings that actually can be seen in the physical tissue representing these. And so I help re-educate your body utilizing breath. And I'm also a corrective therapist. So if you have injuries or restrictions in the body, I can help you educate the body and realign it, getting movement. Most people have dramatic increased range of motion and movement in their body with the work that I do. So, and I'm also here, and I'll be helping doing some of the workshops, the corrective therapies, and finite in the program. Thank you.
And then I wanted to introduce Yvette. She's a special new teacher with us, teaching the aerial swings. So she's opened up some unique times, Friday night and Sunday mornings, and then she chimes in here and there when we are in emergency mode.
So come take a beginner class.
Emily also, she teaches some really special.
Yeah, I teach a lot. Yeah, my name's Emily Stein. I've taught a couple workshops here. I do a lot of work with teaching you how to stretch and have healthy bones and structure. I mix body rolling and active isolated stretching, and Emily has welcomed me into the studio when I didn't have anywhere else to go. And I've helped people, and a lot of times people have pain. And what Jody was saying about breath and movement, we don't realize something, we wait till the last minute. And stretching is important. As you get older, things don't always work as well. So a lot of what I do is teaching people how to take care of their bones and stretching and working one-on-one, and also I teach you periodically in workshops. And it's lovely because I like you to be independent. No one wants to rely on one way to do something, and a lot of what I do is just teaching people how to work and about their feet and how you walk and how basically it impacts the rest of your body.
And then Winston, for those that have seen the Rest Easy and the Inner Garden, and Winston's already done a couple workshops here, and we hope to he'll be a part of the program also in the future about the water composition and the soil, but I'll let him also say more about himself.
So basically I invented a product called Rest Easy. It's a fermented turmeric. And it's one of our most basic things to staying healthy. You know, you got to have your probiotics in your gut. And there's many people have found how wonderful these things are. It's called Rest Easy, but you can use it for the opposite as well. It's because it helps the body, balances your hormones. So you can take it in the daytime, and it gives you more energy. And if you take it just before you put your head on the pillow, it'll tell the body, hey, we need the other set of hormones to chill, go to sleep. And so this helps that. And because it helps balancing hormones, all the hormone-related things, it will also help balance both menopause and menstrual problems, all of that. This too will still do the same thing because it helps the body do what the body's supposed to do. And the opposite one, which without the turmeric, we use it for plants, growing your gardens, and I'll give seminars on how to plant plants with good probiotics. Because when you plant plants with good probiotics, when you eat those vegetables, you'll notice a really big difference, both in flavor and longevity. So, and the last thing, of course, is when you exercise or you get bumps and bruises, you get inflammation. Rest Easy or turmeric inside of here that's fermented really handles inflammation big time. Thank you very much.
And then one more before the aerial demos. Travis, he can at least explain about what he did to open up ceremony, and also he does our gong meditation on the second Sundays.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so grateful to be here. So what you all just experienced was the sound of the Aborigine instrument called a didgeridoo, which is claims to be one of the oldest instruments to mankind, according to the Aborigines, 400,000 years BC. Is a very powerful instrument as it has a deep earthy sound to it. Also it's tuned to the human frequency as well. Of course this is natural. This is from a century plant, handmade. And
By
it has,
you?
Huh? Yeah.
Made by you? Drop
Made
that.
by me. But it has the ability to help ground oneself, bring somebody to a quicker state of meditation. Also, if you're into learning about it and working with it, it's great for connecting with the breath. And I like to call it mouth yoga because there's a lot of movement and breath that you're becoming closer to knowing how to work with it through yourself. So it's beautiful. so that's what that is. And then also actually working on designing a 5-week program for anybody who's interested in didgeridoo learning. I'll be holding a class for that, and I'll keep Emily posted on that. And as far as the gong meditation goes, the gongs also have been used for a very long time. I use it in the sense of meditation, also to have a overall full body massage without being touched. By the vibrations, will actually help raise the vibrations throughout the system, creating more movement, vibrating all the cells in the body, which brings the attention to, just like some of these other amazing practices, that the sound actually will navigate to the areas of the body that are holding restrictions, to help healthy cell promoting, and to help the blood to flow in those areas, to help relinquish any blockages within the physical self, and then also breaking through the emotional blockages as well. So it's great for PTSD, injuries, depression. I can go on and on, actually. So if you haven't got a chance to experience it every second Sunday of the month at 11, every second Sunday of the month at 11 a.m. It's an hour class, and yeah, come experience it.
Next Sunday.
Yeah.
And then, all right, so I'm going to welcome Charlotte and Jess to join the demonstration, the aerial demo. And do you want the music that we had on before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, just so you know, we have another special teacher, Jess, that's not here tonight, but she does teach a low swing, a gentle restorative aerial class, and a higher swing that's this height, and that's on Wednesday night. So we do have a variety of different styles of those types of classes.